I know it hasn't been that long, but it feels like it's been a while since I've streamed. Like 5 days. No particular reason, just progress in a late game colony goes pretty slowly. I was feeling that during the last stream. It always feels bad when you spend the whole day like setting something up and then it doesn't work, so you just tear it down. And it takes like 20 cycles to do anything. But I've been making some progress in the last 4 or 5 days. I've been playing off and on. So definitely have quite a bit of new things to show you guys. Updates to the colony. I like building systems, don't get me wrong, but I think I'm definitely more proud of the drywall implementation that I started doing with the bedrooms. Because I couldn't quite figure out a design I liked, and then one day it just hit me. I really like these wedges. So I started using the wedge design to make all these colorful rooms. I really like how that came out. And yeah, I've been doing the rocketry in the meantime. That progress is really slow too. So it makes me think I need more rockets next time I get a colony to this point. Two's not really cutting it. And I think I'm at a point where I'm not really sure what I'm using the rocketry program for, aside from getting to the temporal tear, which I've never done before. It's like the end goal of the colony is to be able to reach that destination. And I do have hydrogen and O2 set up for that. Right over here. There's nothing complicated about this. This is just your standard aqua tuner setup, set to chill this to 200 and then chill the hydrogen to 252.2. But we have supercoolant because I was getting little bits of it while sending the rockets out with the shipping containers. Enough of it that I could actually fill these 2 loops and get this set up without doing the like 100 gram ventilation method with the hydrogen, which is just too complicated for me, to be honest. Yeah, so that's working. What else? I guess I doubled up on the refinery because I wasn't producing enough oxalate, so I added another one in there. What else is new here that you guys haven't seen? Let's see, you guys already know about this. This has pretty much gone unchanged. I added an aqua tuner here to cool the water weed down. Not because the water weed itself needs to be chilled out, but we need to chill the area surrounding it because there's a lot of heat that leaches from it. And the reason why that is because we're sending hot salt water in there. Oh yeah, I added a Dreco. Where is all my Drecos? I just have eggs in here. Okay, well all my fur Drecos died for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Because there's food in there. Well, I'm gonna start moving any that's the only normal one. Okay, well. I have one normal Dreco for now. The rest are glossy. But the bomb lilies don't require any fertilizer, which is great. They just need chlorine. So I can actually just get meat for free by ranching normal Drecos with bomb lilies as long as I have a supply of chlorine. And that's it. This is hands off now. This is hands off meat, production. So I don't really need to rely on the hatches for that anymore. And in fact, I don't really know what I need the hatches for nowadays, because coal is out of control. And I barely use that to begin with. We have plenty of it. No shortage of meat. I'm not really sure what I'm using the hatches for. I could probably take that out at some point. I did lower this bedroom situation down and added a few more rooms because I actually want to put a great monument in here. And I've already measured it out. It's like 5 by 15. So the monument would go like here. I hope it's 5 by 15 because when I preview it, which I usually do down here, of course you can't, unless it's built already, you can't stack these on top of each other, so I just use this as a reference. And I'm like, okay, that's 5 by 15. So that'll fit in there nicely, but I have to take out 4 rooms, which is why I had to add 4 down here. Yeah, drywall came out great. No changes over here. I've added a few more systems. Recreation room. This is great. There's no, I mean, there wasn't morale issues to begin with, but there's definitely zero stress most of the time. We've been getting artifacts from the rocketry, so I'm just adding more of those artifacts, throwing them places. Oh, funny thing about the magma lamps. All right, so this is an artifact you get from doing rocketry. They emit light, and I had a eureka moment. I don't have room for a light source in the kitchen areas here to speed them up when they cook. But if you stick one of these magma lamps where they do the cooking task, they get the well lit buff. I thought that was really funny. I don't think I'd ever seen anyone do that before. I didn't know about it. I just kind of like, you know what? Maybe I can use this for an actual light buff. Because I was having issues with the mission control station. I got so tired of having a light bulb in here. It would constantly break. I could never chill it down enough to where it would just break, which would stop this room from being a lab. I wasn't aware that you could just put an automation wire, because I don't need the light source to be on for this to count as a lab. It just needs a light source, but it doesn't have to be on. So if you stick a bit of automation wire behind it, this never turns on. And if this never turns on, it never emits heat, so it never needs to be chilled out. I didn't realize that until later. But I did originally try to use the magma lamps in here, thinking that would work. And also the bioluminescent rock. That's another one that emits light. But those artifacts don't fix the need for a light source in here, which, I don't know. I don't think that's fair, but sure. And I tried putting shine bugs in here. That also does not count as a light source, apparently. In fact, I think a remnant of the shine bugs. Yeah, there's still one here. That's from when I had like 3 or 4 of them in here, and it just wouldn't give me the lab room anymore. And I was like, "F it, dude!" I just broke everything down and redid it. Yeah, I got the hydrogen system. Yeah, I moved the rockets up because I didn't realize how like constrictive it is to have it down here. And plus I kept adding parts to it, and I just like didn't have room to do that down here. So I just gave up on doing my rocketry program here, and I have it up here now. This has gone a lot better. I also figured moving the petroleum cooling line away from the thrusters, because the thrusters have been cooking the cooling line. Because I did have it here. That was a problem. Because then the thrusters would cook this line, and then all that cooked petroleum would move through the line and heat up all the buildings. It was a mess, and I'm glad I didn't stream it because I got really mad that day. This has been going great. I got too much petroleum. I was even thinking about maybe using the jetpacks, which I've never considered before. But since we have so much petroleum, I don't see why we couldn't. I cleaned this up. Oh, I think the biggest thing is adding the petroleum. So, yeah, we have another power plant here because I have been experiencing brownouts in this colony. So this is set to just be... Actually, how do I have this set? So this is connected to this battery. It's set to 9540. So when the batteries go down to 40, natural gas kicks on. And then the battery's connected to this, I believe. Yeah, that's set to 20. So at 20%, these will kick on. So basically, if the natural gas generators can't keep up with it, and the batteries continue to fall, then petroleum kicks on. I didn't think I would need this, but between the brownouts and us having like excess petroleum at all times, I was like, why not? Like, why not add this? And very comfortably, this many petroleum generators fit in a power plant room, which is a max of 120. So those are all tuned up. So those are giving me 3,000 watts a piece, with the natural gas giving me 1,200 a piece. Any other additions? Oh yeah, I cleaned this up a bit. Yeah, I cleaned up the tube system a bit. Basically, I don't want the outside to be connected to the inside like it was before, because this area is still pretty hot from when this area was a lot more open. I did lower this so we have more water in the tank. I spent a whole day trying to figure out how to get bedrooms and make like a water world situation where I got like bedrooms in here and you can see the fish from all sides. I could not get it set up the way I liked it, no matter what I did. I tried doing rooms and then like tunnels between the rooms, but then that created a problem with like fish being able to get where they need to be to get to the water for it, to get to the food. I scrapped that, and I was like, what if I do bedrooms just kind of like, you know, next to the ladder, and then leave like a center chamber? Well, then it's a carbon trap, because then these pockets of bedrooms just collect carbon. It's like, okay, well, I'll just keep the ladder here. I'll let the carbon run down and run like a plastic vacuum at the bottom, which I originally did. And that worked temporarily until I got literally any other gas coming down here, whether it's chlorine or a natural gas, which was happening. Because it's not, like, the colony's not perfect. It's not like 100% sealed when it comes to like certain gases and temperatures leaching in and out. So whenever I got the occasional like pip of natural gas or chlorine that got down here to the vacuum, the sensor would get blocked by it. And the sensor is meant to be sensing carbon dioxide. So when any other gas gets on it that's not carbon, then it's like, oh, okay, we're good. The vacuum doesn't need to cut on. There's no carbon here. But then carbon's building up anyway, but the vacuum can't turn on because there's another gas in the sensor. I was like, screw it, man. Scrapped it, got mad, went to bed. I took it all out, and I was like, you know what? Just one big empty bucket. Call it a day. At least I'll be able to hold more fish. I think that's pretty much it for everything I've added since you guys last saw me. But the plan today because I'm not using the hydrogen engine yet. The plan is to use hydrogen and see how that goes. And to set up the monument in the center here. So I'm gonna start taking these out. How's progress on the rockets anyway? Oh, they're about to come home, so I might as well wait. But yeah, there's not much to do nowadays. Have all the food we'll ever need, all the resources I think we'll ever need. Unless I'm just giving myself like something to do, which I'm kind of good on. I don't feel like I have to always give them something to do when they go idle, but yeah, it's always that. There's always a primal urge when you see the idle message up here and you're just like, I'm doing something wrong. I need to keep them busy. But I've kind of been chilling out on that. Because it's mostly waiting for rockets to come back and fixing problems where they appear. But when there's no problems, not really much to do in the colony. Just making progress towards the temporal tier. I guess I'd go ahead and take these rooms out. I don't know what's stopping me. I'll wait till Max and Ren are done sleeping at least. So Max, Ren, Meep, and Steve. Max, Ren, Meep, and Steve. Max, Meep, Ren, Steve Harvey. That way they can't find their bed. They're assigned here now. I wish I had a different color for these rooms. Yellow and red was kind of all I had left for this design, which I kind of already used over here, but I was like, F it. We use the yellow. I'm going to be pretty mad if I take all these rooms out and the statue is a completely different size than what's advertised. Oh, I just clicked the all button. Let me reload that. Because when you deconstruct, it defaults to all. That includes ventilation and pipes and wires and automation and literally anything. I'm not risking that. I know they only started destroying things for like 2 seconds. I'm not risking it. I'm just going to revert the save. Cancel all that. Set it to buildings. And the drywall too. I kept this hallway in here on purpose because I knew the statue would be able to sit here. Yeah, for a base that's not completely centered around the printing pod, came out looking better than I expected. Alright. Scaffolding. We love scaffolding. I haven't looked over at my plastic in a very long time. I feel like you don't use as much as you think you do. You use a good bit initially. Like when you start getting ladders in and steam turbines down. I guess. And then once you're like done using it, like you don't use plastic that much anymore. We have over 100 tons of it. I might want to do something about that pipe. Yeah. So we can have it. Oh, this is a little awkward. I don't want to make the pipe longer by snaking it through the bedrooms. Because the way it's snaked now is perfectly fine. I could go down and then up and then around. Yeah, that could work. I mean, there'll be a little more cooling on the left side. Actually, the right side needs a little bit more. It's like 28 to 29. Well, it's also about the same on the left side. Never mind. Also been using a lot more gold recently. We have more of that than we do lead. Thank you, Gold Volcano. I wish it didn't have to spit out here, though. I mean, I could be okay with that. You know what? I think I'm okay with that. I guess we do get kind of some much needed cooling in this area. So I will make this radiant. Alright, down, up, so that can be cut, down, up, down, we don't need that. Don't need that one. Yeah, it looks good. Alright, rockets are back. And I've liked sending them at the same time. That way I don't have to micromanage this twice as much. Alright. Priority always goes back to the default. Really need this to not be offline for a prolonged amount of time, because there is a lot of heat to delete in the base. Let's go ahead and get the base down. Alright, am I stupid? Why does this look... Wait a minute. Hold on. That's 15. This is 13. Oh, that's right. It goes here. Okay. The hallway. The hallway denotes where the base goes. I was about to lose it. Alright, I remember now. That was the point of having the hallway. That way you can kind of walk into it and look at it. Alright. I still have these down here. These are counted towards my resources being consumed. And I can't put the next one on. Also, I'm remembering that this costs a lot of resources. The steel and the obsidian, that's fine. Steel, plastic, ceramic, that's fine. Steel, diamond, glass, that's fine. It's just a lot of steel, a lot more steel than I was expecting. And I'm assuming this works kind of similarly to like the paintings. So where they build it, they just build a random... Oh, great. I'm so glad the bunker doors are closed when the rockets are showing up. Why has this been happening so much more often now? I feel like for the first couple of videos I was doing rocketry, I never ran into this problem, but recently it's almost every time there's a meteor storm when the rockets return, and they crash right through. Alright. I gotta do this again. Anything good? Oh, we got a double helix again. Very nice. I don't know what rarity the helix is for artifacts, but I've noticed it gives the most amount of decor along with a few other artifacts, so I assume it's the highest one. Like tier 5. I should have closed this a lot sooner. Okay, I don't know who's scalding there. Oh, great. Well, I guess there wasn't anything to break there, to be honest. You know, leaving stuff out here is a bad idea because it does get cooked, so I should probably go ahead and move that double helix over here. Try to make a habit of sweeping things. Because leaving materials here and then those getting cooked every time a rocket leaves. Also, I wanted to use hydrogen, so I need to cut these off. Alright, probably leave that connected. Actually, I should have cut it here. That's what I would usually do. That way I'm not leaving petroleum out here to get cooked by the engines. Alright. Well, we can always just drain it, so it's fine. Unfortunately, there's a bridge. The funny thing about this bridge is it does not need to even be here. I'll go ahead and take that out. Okay. Well, let's start by, unfortunately, having to break these because there's petroleum in them. It's the first time I've seen this get full. I don't know if anything bad's going to happen when it does get full with liquid O2. Because if the tiles start breaking due to pressure damage, I don't know what to do about that. Hydrogen. That's a very neat looking engine. So, liquid oxidizer is just a better version of the solid. I could probably turn this thing off. I mean, I'm gonna let it run anyway, because we haven't had O2 problems with it running. Alright. Enough with the yellow alert. I want to just go full on with 3 of them. I probably don't need all that. Rockets are really just a guessing game for me. How many fuel tanks do you need? How many oxidizer tanks do you need? You don't really know until you build it, and then you see the amount of distance that rocket can travel. Go ahead and take out the solid oxidizers. I'm just going to start with 1 because I don't have much hydrogen to begin with. I could just make shorter rockets, but I'm going to see if I can get away with adding some research modules. Alright, now I need to be very careful about this part. So this is hydrogen. There will be an issue. So when the rockets return, they're going to cook the hydrogen that's sitting in this line. It'll off gas. So I need to be able to return it back to the tank. Similar to how I return the petroleum back to the tank when I don't need it. And I didn't set something like that up. Can I send it to a reservoir? Can I send it to a buffer tank? I could. I make sure I'm leaving it where I'm not experiencing any temperature though. I mean, right here seems pretty chill. I don't want to, I could put them here, but I don't like these hot pipes there. Could fit it there, but then I'd have to take the line from here and send it across through this really hot line there. I'm still going to kind of have that problem here because these bunker doors to send the line through. Tricky, tricky, tricky. I think this is the lesser of two evils, though. Put him down here. I need whatever that is swept up. Yeah, I'm really nervous about this. Because if there are hot temps that are able to get down here and heat up that liquid, that'll destroy all this work. Alright, so they'll move down there. Need a pipe to go in here. And then we probably just send the pipe back. So this is already connected to where that needs to go. I'm gonna need to slide it over. It's like there. This is in the way. I guess I could bridge this and feel okay about that. Oh, but the bridge is a problem because the bridge is going to get hot because these tiles are hot. I'm using ceramic. I'm not using ceramic. Idiot. Definitely need to use ceramic here. I'm gonna assume that's okay. Just gotta put a bridge there. We'll see what happens. So this, all right, don't need that part. That out and in there. Don't need, this is my liquid oxidizer, okay. I don't need that. I guess I slide these pipes. Let's go straight up with it. Let's see how it looks if I just slide it over by one. Stop using igneous. If I slide it over one more. That was almost a mistake. Huge mistake. All right, O2, buffer tank, output, liquid oxidizer. Bro, I woke up like 2 hours ago and I still got phlegmy throat. Hydrogen, buffer tank, output, liquid fuel tank. Okay, and then the return. So if they're not being refueled, that's the tricky part. Yeah, maybe I'll just let it rip. I'll let it rip the first time, and then I'll troubleshoot it when it inevitably becomes a problem. Because it will be a problem. I don't like that some of this we're using igneous and some of it we're using ceramic. At least over here there's some igneous, which is okay, I think. So the only part I have to worry about is temperature transfer from these bunker tiles. I mean, maybe I just shouldn't have bunker tiles there. It's a good point. It's a good point, me. Just put mesh tile there. And I really don't even need these doors anymore. It's from around the rockets used to be down here. So we'll just take those out one at a time. Yeah, huge problem I didn't realize until yesterday, actually. I was cooking my petroleum line because I had metal tiles here where these mesh tiles are. And all those metal tiles were really hot because they were transferring heat from the materials that were laying on top of them. And my petroleum cooling line also ran through this section here. And it was heating the petroleum up to like 110, which was too hot for the turbine to work. And when the turbine doesn't work, it doesn't take heat from here. And then this started cooking. So there was a little troubleshooting I was doing here. I even started sending my like trash liquids to cool down the steam turbine. Because it was so hot that even the hot fluids that I didn't want to deal with, I was sending the space was more than enough to cool it. Another meteor storm. I feel like we'd see one every 15, 20 cycles now. I feel like I see a meteor storm every third cycle. It's like the closer I get to the end of the star map, which I've been making a bit of progress on. I think we've gotten, nah, this is the furthest we've gone. We're getting close to the end. This is the furthest we've gone so far. Right, you guys can't reach those. Is spaced out? Nah, it's not spaced out. It's the base game. Yeah, we don't need those sitting there. Just having these heat buffers for no reason. It almost makes me think I could put mesh tiles here. But I think the engines would cook the tiles if I did that. You like basic too? Yeah. It's not that I wouldn't play the DLC though, I just don't have it. It's funny though, whenever I watch someone play the DLC, I don't know what's going on. Rads. We talking rads? Rad bolt generator. Manual study terminal. What is this? Not manual, but material study terminal. But I've watched enough of the DLC to know what's going on in it. I don't know. I think I just like it a little bit simpler. Although I don't like it when they crash through the bunker doors instead of waiting till the storm is over. Which I heard they do in the DLC. They'll wait to like enter when the doors are open again or when the storm's over and you don't have a problem with them crashing through the doors. I don't know there's a way to like avoid that in the base game. I guess you guys can't reach those pipes either, huh? It's a little bit awkward because these are in the way. I think you could reach that right there. You should be able to. We may have to troubleshoot this later, so let's just put in some permanent ladders. So if there's no temperature transfer to worry about, then I think I shouldn't have to worry about the liquids being stored here. Alright, they can reach all those pipes. Steel, thank you. Oh yeah, how's the statue? And I can change it. Click the rotate. Oh shit, dude. I was wondering if we could rotate this. Alright, that's part 1. Part 2. You know what? Idleness is fine. That's a sign of a good colony. That's why we put the recreational building in there. I feel like I don't see them use it enough. Oh, that didn't take long. So it's granting decor through the doorways, but not through the mesh tiles. I might consider putting glass around here. Yeah, dude. Achievement. Oh, a cutscene? Could almost make a grown man cry. But not this man. Oh shit, alright. I guess we're just hanging out. Hey, don't roll the credits. We're not done. Cool. I'm not really too concerned about the achievements. I'm not trying to hunt achievements out here. And then we can select what kind of look am I going for here? Actually, what poses do we got? I like that one. Hey, the finger gun. That's a me vibe right there. Alright, I'm a rancher at heart. We're gonna do that one. On top of a pile of food. You want to see the food farm? Yeah, I'll show you the food farm. Alright, sitting on a pile of food. Not a fan of the critter heads. Maybe that one's actually pretty funny. You know what? That's the closest to my hair. We'll just take that. Too bad I can't change the color of his uniform. Alright, food farm. We have our water weed automation. So the conveyor receptacles were originally hooked up to a room with a bleach stone hopper in it. And I was making bleach stone via this chlorine vent and sending that down here. And whenever the first receptacle got full, it'd move on to the next one. That way these auto sweepers can hit all these conveyor receptacles, which means the conveyor receptacle is giving the bleach stone to the auto sweeper. The auto sweeper can reach all of these plants, and the sweepers basically do all the fertilization. And then we're feeding the salt water from these two conveniently placed saltwater geysers. It does bring a lot of heat into the base. We have tackled it. This is fine. That's pretty much it with this. Got the docking station, so they go in there and don't get bothered by the chlorine gas, because inevitably chlorine gas was going to happen in here. So that's lettuce. And then we have Draco Ranch. Bomb lily, chlorine gas, no fertilization required for the bomb lilies, so it's basically just infinite food from the Dracos. The Dracos can eat forever, they produce forever, it's infinite meat, and it's free. What else? Mushrooms, same as the other one, as the lettuce farm. Instead of bleach stone, we got slime. So this is picking up the slime from the puffed ranch, bringing it to the receptacles. The sweepers can see a receptacle. They grab the slime. They can also fertilize the tiles up here. So I was able to double up on the mushrooms. We're not even ranching the puffs for meat. We actually want them to survive as long as possible and not take any eggs out. That way we're always producing as much slime as possible, which is why this slime conveyor rail is full. That's a good problem. Food anywhere else? I do have hatches too. I kind of neglected to mention that one because this was early on. And then Yeah, all our food is being stored here where it's deep frozen and it never goes bad, which is why we have millions of calories. And that's being deep frozen by an aqua tuner set up here with ethanol, because ethanol doesn't freeze to like -80. So we kind of need to use ethanol as the best thing we had at the time to get this food down to at least -20, I think. -20, yeah. And then we have these guys up here, which we're not farming these guys for meat, just plastic. So again, allowed to live as long as possible, just so we produce plastic from them. They regenerate their scales in the hydrogen, which is, it's kind of half hydrogen, half carbon. That way the mealwood grows. And that's pretty much it. I have pepper nuts up here. The automation's a little different. Since pepper nuts need phosphorate, that's what we have the sweepers in here for. They're just grabbing some phosphorate, bringing it over here. And then the sweepers are doing the fertilization. And then, of course, we need polluted water, which we have here. For not fertilization, but irrigation. And we're getting that from this cool slush geyser, which isn't as cold as it used to be. And I've been trying to get it cold again, but 3 aqua tuners is not cutting it. I'm using this pool to cool too many things. You haven't played at this level yet? To be honest, this is the first time I played at this level. So it's definitely achievable. Because I consider myself an idiot at this game. Although it took some time to get to this point where I understood how to automate things. Yeah, I think that's it for like food. I guess pepper nut doesn't really count as like food. I mean, it helps with some, I guess pepper bread. But the thing is, this is an oasis colony. And with the oasis colony, there's no sleet wheat because there's no cold biomes. So we don't get bread. So we don't make pepper bread. So I'm really just using this for, I guess, coffee. Coffee, main thing. I don't remember what else I'm using pepper nut for. Oh yeah, stuffed berries. That's right. All right, we can look here. You guys can see how many millions of calories I have in every category. We used to do berries, but temperature has been such a problem that I haven't been able to keep the berries around. The berries used to be down here, where this Draco farm used to be. Yeah, with the temperature always rising, I just couldn't keep them up long, so I just gave up on it. I said, you know what, we got plenty of food in every other category, I'll just put something else there. And that's why I put the Draco Ranch there. I don't know how I would like it. I guess these tiles aren't doing anything, but I like that it's covering the wire, so I might just leave it there. I'm wondering how to look with glass tiles here. I'll think about that later. I need to check on rockets here. Okay, so those are not pumping because they're not connected to wire. Is this an infinite periodic base? I'm not sure what that is. Yeah. Yeah. Immediately. Yeah, that's what I was concerned about. Alright, that's why I dropped the save. I was like, it ain't gonna be that simple. It never is. So what we can try instead, I'm gonna lose my mind while I was coughing. What we could try instead is getting it colder. So at 252, it's a liquid. At 259, it's solid. This is a problem. This is already set to drop the temperature to like negative 266. I'm gonna check that. Coming out at 250. I have to type the whole number in there. All right. We'll try 260. And then, I mean, I could stay at 200 because that's already colder than what it needs to be anyway. So what we'll do instead is we're going to have the hydrogen be cooled a little bit, and we're also going to add insulated tiles. I just don't think the buffer tank method's going to work. And it's a good thing I have a lot of ceramic. Maybe it'll be a problem initially, where I'll have to get these pipes in this buffer tank to that temp, and then it'll start holding. So I might have to waste some initial hydrogen in O2. Because once it's at the correct temp down here, then I should just be able to hold these liquids here and then grab from them and send them into the rockets when needed. But they do off gas really fast. We'll worry about this section. Can you guys hop over to that ladder if I put one there? I understand completely why the system had to be built out in space. Because it is, it doesn't really transfer heat with anything. There's no surrounding gases or tiles to transfer heat with, so this doesn't off-gas. It's still off-gassing though. That's because it's running through like this transit tube. Even this transit tube has some heat. Alright, something's overheating. Oh my god. How has this happened? What are these made out of? Gold? What was I thinking? Oh, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking I'd get away with it. Because I had cooling on it. Well, I guess it's not enough cooling. We're going to have to rebuild these two. The problem with these two is that the cooling line, it doesn't hit these two generators as much as it hits the others. But I didn't think there would be such a difference. I thought it would kind of even out a little better. I left this in here, thinking I was going to get sleet wheat. But I think I'm just going to skip that. Because you can get sleet wheat if you send a cargo hold in the space on a planet, on an ice planet. And then we'd be able to farm sleet wheat and make bread. And we'd be able to make every recipe in the game. Actually, I wonder if there's an achievement for that. Not that I care. Just curious. I don't see an achievement for that. I'm surprised I don't have this one. Oh, it's because I haven't built a hospital. It's for building every room in the game. Yeah. I should tell you something. Yeah, I always thought initially having a doctor was really important. And I guess it was kind of. Because I didn't know what I was doing. But I think once you get like the basics down, it's pretty easy to avoid needing a doctor, needing a hospital. You still occasionally need triage cuts though, because people get hurt. Alright, I want to try this again. Let's try it again. I'll let it run pretty slow here so I can see what's happening. So with insulated tiles, it should stay in the pipes for longer, but I still think it'll off-gas. Hold on, let me check on somebody here. Someone apparently can't reach their bed. It's because there's one too many docks or suits here. Yeah, the problem is as soon as it leaves the buffer tank, these aren't insulated anymore. So that makes sense. Now, as these travel the pipes, well, of course that broke, but it is getting the pipes really cold, which allows it to travel even further before it off-gasses, but it will eventually break the pipes. Okay. So, insulate it all. I'm a little surprised it needs to be insulated at all. considering it's in a vacuum. That's what confuses me about space is there's not supposed to be any heat transfer if nothing else is touching it, and if it's just surrounded by vacuum. And yet, I guess with the ladder it makes sense, because there is a ladder touching this pipe. That I understand, but this pipe, I don't. Unless the pipe itself. Yeah, the pipe itself does have a temp, so that would be the problem, actually. So, funny enough, I think if you want to do this, the materials that you want to use to make the pipes and the reservoir for holding it, those materials itself need to be chilled to this temp. Then you build the pipes and the reservoir to take in this stuff without heating it up. If I actually put some thought into it, maybe would have recognized that. But I'll just insulate it. And if we have some off-gassing, then so be it. But I'm not going through all that effort. I do want to destroy this pipe, because I don't want any liquid to be sitting outside the reservoir. I mean, not to mention that's still going to be a problem up here too. It's going to be annoying. What's the automation for this? Sends a red signal when reservoir is high threshold full. I could do that with a liquid shut off. I don't think I could put a liquid shut off where these transit tubes are though, so the tubes are in the way. Yeah. Actually, these two spots right here would be perfect. Maybe. Alright, just stick them down here. I think I'm gonna have to. That'd be that direction. Is there a metal that does not have a high thermal conductivity? I guess not. I'll just stick that there. That way I could copy it later. Alright, get rid of this tube access. Actually, I'm going to have to get rid of all of these tubes. I do like having two at every point of interest though, because there's a lot of them that do be traveling. One doesn't quite keep up with the amount of travel they do. Oh, do I need to worry about this wire being cooked? I just thought about that. What is this made out of? gold. Oh, I guess that's okay because it's in the bunker tile. It's not getting hit by the rocket thruster, like directly. I imagine, though, it could break the pipes at the connection point, though. That's probably going to happen. It's my first time. There's gonna be some growing pains here trying to figure this out. Oh, well, you said periodic base. I think you're referring to prehistoric. I just thought of that. Nah, this is not prehistoric. I don't have any DLCs. Right. Oh yeah, don't forget your automation wire, dummy. So whenever this is full, it'll turn off the flow. And the liquids will stop here. Which, those tiles are a little warm. Yes, it will. There will be some initial off-gassing. I think this is just something I'm gonna have to accept. Just until this area right here gets really, really cold. I should have had this inside. I'm realizing. Well, we'll see how this goes. If this continues to be a problem where it's constantly off-gassing, then I will try to figure out how to get in here and put these liquid shutoffs in the buckets themselves. I need a mod. I need a mod, please. That just allows me to use 3 priorities. 1, 6, and 9. That's like the only priorities I use. Priority 9 is get it done now. Well, priority 9 is, yeah, get it done now, basically. Priority 6 is do it above other things you would do on average. And then priority 1 is, just do it when you get around to it. You got nothing else going on. And then yellow alert is my ADHD, basically. I need to see it done now. Okay, this is set up. I'm noticing this isn't done yet. Chef is setting set base priority to 1. I need that priority 0. I also need that, actually. That way when I'm setting up like blueprints, they aren't building them. Alright, we'll drop a save here, see how it goes. If it doesn't work, reload. I think I'll just let this run for a bit. Even if it off gases, I want to see things get chilled. So we kind of already knew this would work. Hey, we can get it to the tanks. No problem. I'm a little surprised I'm not seeing any off-gassing here. Yeah, that's a little surprising to me. Yeah, I did have some... I think I had a little bit of full rain last time I streamed. And then when I looked up supercoolant, it was like full rain, petroleum, and then something else. And I was like, oh, I have those things. why am I not making supercoolant? So yeah, I made a little bit a couple days ago. So does this not off gas? I would have thought putting in like negative 200 temperatures in these reservoirs would cool these reservoirs, but that's not happening. These don't change temperature at all. That makes no sense. So you telling me I can have... It's not even all the time, too. But I can have some buildings touching each other, some pipes and buildings touching each other. They'll transfer temperature. But if I put liquid into a bucket, the bucket's not going to transfer temperature. That's interesting. That should be illegal. Hey, whatever you say, game, I'll take it. That makes this process a lot easier for me. Okay, is there automation for the liquid tank? There better be. Are you serious? There's no automation for the tank? So I can't use the tank to tell the buffer tank to not give me liquid, basically. So how much does this hold? 900 kg. So I can do like a flow control valve thing where I only allow the pipe to give me 900 kg and then shut off the reservoir after that. I could. All right, well, I'm definitely gonna drop a save there. Every little victory, man. Should have add freezing building for that frozen DLC, since we have one building that can be explode. Not sure what you mean. A freezing building? I need more hydrogen. Oh. Okay. At some point, I think I set a deconstruct task that just broke everything in the area. I didn't break any. I did break the wires. Chorus. I love it. Love it when that happens. I don't think there was anything else. It was just the wire in the vent. Okay, so when it shuts off the pipe, that means the pipe is blocked. So actually the pump turns off. Because it has no input to send the water or liquid. That's even better than I thought it was gonna go. Because I thought the liquid would stop right here when the liquid shut off turns on. So there's not gonna be any off gassing I have to worry about. That's great. So then, like, I'll have no problem doing the same thing I did here over here, right? Oh my god, the priority 5, you're killing me, man. Killing me, Smalls. I can't get anything done with priority 5. That's why I don't use it. I don't think the colony is particularly busy, but they just don't get things done at 5. And the main reason for that is because my ranching is set to 6. Slicksters, 2 sets of Drecos. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. It's really the Slicksters. Everything else is pretty close to the base. The Slicksters are the main reason why they be on a very long commute. You guys get the vent? Alright, you guys got the vent. Okay. So now I'm seeing a problem here. Wait a minute. This isn't like backed up all the way, is it? Okay, I would have been furious if I cut these hydrogen gens just to take as much hydrogen as I could. I need these to be able to keep the spawn going. But it's not taking anymore. So I guess we're just waiting on this to get chilled again. Negative 247. You think I'd remember what the number is? Negative 260. I guess it's just gonna take a minute to get that cold again. Alright, we got transit back. If I do the same thing here, I'd have to find a way to connect it to automation to shut it off. That controls liquid meter. Specified amount of liquid is passed through. So, liquid meter. And actually, I don't even need the shut off. I just need this. That's it. Too bad about that ladder being in the way. So that'll go here. That one can go... Yeah. Don't connect it yet. We're not ready for that commitment. O2 line. Still haven't... That's unreachable. Oh, it's because this is closed. They can't get down there when that's closed. How much hydro do I have? 3,000? Yeah, I can already fill these up. Oh, these look... I've never built these before. These look actually really cool. $900. Huh. This wire's kind of in the way. Can I leave them? Wait, can I connect? Can I have the wire stay connected to both of these? Will that be a problem? Reset the amount. And I put like a signal switch on that. Okay. Gotcha. I need to move this wire. My brain is like frying right now. All right, well, you know what? We'll just take these out. I'll just make this a lot easier on myself. I give myself more room to work with. What is that for? You talking about this right here? The valve? No, what? Wait, why are we taking... Alright, why are we... That's fine. Oh, no. Okay, you know what? That's just gonna get damaged. No, why is it still pumping, dude? Stop. No. It's not full, I think. Well, no, it should be full. But it's not connected to the automation, right? That's why. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. The freaking 5's killing me. Please. Thank you. Okay. And then it's also the pipes too. It's very confusing to me sometimes. When you get both automation and pipes involved, it's very confusing. Because we need to be able to put these buildings where there's not pipes, or like where the pipes are correct and where the automation wire is correct. Okay. Back to the meter. I think I'll just stick it here. It's taking hydro, sending that there. Insulated ceramic. In there. And then the automation. Just like this, I guess. And then a switch. So that's to reset the 900 kilograms that I want. Actually, I should set it to 1800 since there's 2 rockets. I've never used that limit liquid valve. Never used it yet. I understand. I haven't used it either. I'm figuring it out. Is the automation gonna mess things up here? It's a colony first. Colony first use of an automation wire bridge. Never thought I'd see the day. I don't want that up then. Oh, I almost messed up there. That here. Do I want to let it rip right now? Probably not. It's probably not for the best. Just cut. This is still taking, why? Why? Why is this still happening? Oh, it's because I cut it, dude. And we're up back to 5 priority again. Nah. My O2. Can I please click the signal switch? Nah, why, dude? Is this not full? Oh, is it because this is sending in green? Ah, F. Maybe it'll work. We'll see. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna go ahead and just connect them, see what happens. Oh, you need power. It's always something. Now, surprisingly, I'm not seeing any off-gassing yet. Oh yeah, how much does this hold? $27. So 54 and then 1800. So 54. Oh, I can only send 500 at a time? That's not inconvenient at all. Oh, there's actually a button to click reset amount. Are you serious? We'll just drop a save and see what happens when it all cuts on. Ugh. Well, you know, maybe I should have these off. No. I don't. No, I think the switch should be on. I don't know. Alright, we're moving. That's where I expected we would have problems, is about here. Oh my god. We made it. But is it gonna stop? So this one already has 740. So this has not, in fact, turned it off yet, which is concerning. Am I stupid? Do these need to be off? It's okay. It's turned off, but it's still taking... Maybe it's going to wait till it hits 500 again. Okay, it's showing an amount remaining. Okay, so it is going to... Alright, signal switch off then. This is a cool looking building though. Ah, I don't like that. I thought it would stop. Ah, damn it. I thought the liquid would stop coming out of the reservoir. I didn't think there would be liquid here. So these should have been built closer. Well, as long as the temperature's not going anywhere, then I guess it's not a problem. I'll check how much I still need, and then I'll reset it. 670. So 230. So I didn't need the switches at all, turns out. This one can hold a lot more, so 1100. $3,800. But I have to do it in like intervals of 500, unfortunately. And we have off-gassing. The gantry is hot. I can understand why that would happen there. And we're getting the same problem happening over here again. Maybe it's not going to be prettiest system, but you got the hydrogen in the rocket. That's the main thing. I guess we just have to be okay with losing some liquid in the process. They constantly have to fix things. I'm sure there's a much easier way to do this that just involves having like an overflow that sends the excess liquid back. I mean, it's a cool looking building. I like the liquid meter valve. But being limited to 500 kg is a very, very big limitation here. I'm just going to cut this because I think it's still moving liquid to this thing. Yeah, I mean, I can't really quite figure out what's happening here. Because it is off-gassing in the vacuum. Which I was under the impression that that can't happen. Because there can't be any, like, temperature change. But I guess that's the pipe doing the temperature change. But if the pipe is exchanging temperature, then I would imagine these pipes would be like negative 200 at least, right? But they're not. The pipes aren't changing temperature at all. This one stays at 39.8. Despite these like negative 200 liquids coming through. Alright, it went down 0.1. Yeah, big whoop. But considering how, the reservoir is finally cold for one. You know what, it's because of the off-gassing, I think. I think as the off-gassing, the flashing is happening, it's going to cool the pipes anyway, and this will, over time, it'll become more consistent. It'll just, some things are just gonna break for now. I accept that. I like the XCOM 2 Long War. I think Long War 1 just had so much that was missing. It's too hard for me, though. Yeah. I'm great at XCOM 2. I don't think I'd be great at Long War. I really struggle to micromanage as it is. You feel the pain watching it break. I accept. I'm just accepting it at this point. This colony is going on for so long. Kind of hit that, like, I'm over it period long time ago. Like, if I can't figure it out, well, that's too bad. It's the best I could do. I mean, this is based off my understanding of how things work out here in the vacuum of space. I guess I'm not completely comprehending the temperature exchange. $23.40. We'll just say 400. I hate that this is off, but it still accepts liquids. That sucks. So this is still considered an input that the reservoir would send the liquid to. Damn it. I have to keep that cut then. Well, those are just gonna have to off-gas over time. Now how far can we go? 6K, that's it? I thought these engines were great. This is trash. That's terrible. I can't even add another liquid fuel tank and make it any further. I guess I can put the thrusters on. I can't put the thrusters here, apparently. They only let me put it underneath the command capsule. Wire tiles, ladders, anything in contact with the space shares temp. Yeah, I figured that was the case. That's what I was operating under. But, like, here, I figured it wasn't sharing temp with anything. Aside from the pipe itself. Some sections of this pipe are getting cold, but I think that's only because of the flashing. I don't know if that's because of the liquid moving through it. Again, which you'd think would be happening more often, but this pipe still says 35C. I don't know. Can I not put a thruster here because of the ladder? It's kind of rude. So the thruster sticks out a little bit. I guess I'll have to take those out. All right. What do you got? Is this liquid pipe gonna constantly break? Oh my god. It is. Oh my god, dude. It's so annoying. It doesn't have anywhere to go. Why are you even putting liquid in that pipe? I still can't go any further than 60K right now. Oh yeah, you guys probably need access to this, huh? You don't micromanage, at least I don't see it. Most I can remember is spending forever equipping before a mission long war rebalanced has more micro, only because your income is daily. Yeah, well, equipping before a mission, yeah, if it's a lot worse, I'll be terrible at it. I do occasionally forget things. Alright, we got oxalate in there. Did you guys leave any oxalate on the ground by chance? For once, you did not. Alright, how far can we go? 70K? It's terrible. I should have just stuck to petroleum. What if I add more thrusters? It just added another 10K, right? So I can get to 100K. Which I've already been able to reach 100K with petroleum in the past. What's a guy gotta do, man? The results don't match the amount of effort that it took me to get to this point. It's just like, I could have just stuck with petroleum and just added 20 fuel tanks and called it a day. And just reached the end of the map. This is just a lot of effort. Just too much effort. What if I add... I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. Add more fuel thrusters. Again, will that just be another 10k each? Maybe it should just be a bunch of fuel tanks. Maybe that's the problem. Not enough fuel. I mean, if I'm having this problem, this is horrible, by the way. If I'm having this problem anyway, I might as well just be sending it directly to the tanks. There's no point in having all this automation. It's not helping. Like, the shutoffs can stay. Those are great. But this right here, this can go. Put one here, and then one there. XCOM 2, you want to see a spark only run? I've done a spark only run. You want to see another one? Oh, well, what's the point of the shutoffs then, actually? Good point. What are the shutoffs even doing? I don't have automation connected to the fuel tanks to turn it off. Just let it rip. We're just gonna let it rip, man. I'm over it. I've had my fun. I'm ready for results. Alright, this little jank. Three fuel to one oxy. Oh, thank you. Oh my god. I've never gotten, like, so much help from so little amount of words than that right there. That's the best thing I've ever read. 3 to 1. Huge. That's exactly what I was going to do too, because I was about to add 2 here. That is kind of funny. Alright, then we need to get the hydro. I mean, I hate to do it, but it's got to travel a little further. I'd hate for it to travel further than the O2, but that's kind of how I set it up here. Oh, well, it is going to exchange temp with that fire pole. Maybe I should take the fire pole out. I think exchanging temp with the gantry has been a problem too. Alright, we'll help this along a little bit. Oh, will help a little bit with the temperature exchange. Throw some mesh tile in there. Because mesh tile don't care. They stay at 45 apparently. So I'm going to accept that there will be losses of gases. But at the end of the day, is hydrogen and oxygen really a valuable resource? Do we really care all that much? Not really. We get infinite of it. It's an infinite gas. It's basically a trash gas. I say let it die. Let it die. Let it die. Problem, I can't get ladders. I hate that about the thruster. I'm not really sure how we're supposed to get over here and fix pipes. Maybe I'd take the thrusters out. Hey, wait, for testing purposes, I will keep one thruster. So I can see the difference between one with a thruster and one without. Say also no thrusters. Those are for when you don't have low oxygen. Did you do Psi Soldiers only? I did, but I didn't have much luck with it. Since you don't start with the Psi Lab, it's just like running rookies for a while. Unreachable turlet. Once again, I'm having an issue with this too many suits in one place situation. I don't understand why that continues to be a problem. Because I set up the docking stations, I fill them up the first time, and I'm thinking, okay, that's all the suits that ever need to be there. And then, for whatever reason, somehow an extra suit ends up in that location. I don't get it. Guess I'll just stick that one there. The only acceptable efficiency is 100%. It's... You're not talking to someone who has that experience to be sure 100% is happening. A lot of systems require 100% efficiency by knowing what you're doing before you start placing things, and I do not. I'm still doing things that I'm doing for the first time. No way I'm hitting 100% efficiency the first time without copying someone else's work. A lot of heat damage here. What's going on? I guess the rockets are a little toasty, huh? Yeah, so be it. Goodbye, O2. I could always just, like, stop the pump. I want to take this hydro, please. I'll just take these out. Well, hydro's moving, no problem. Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. Wait a minute. That's full. I don't even need any over there. This is just something I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to manually cut things and reconnect things. Yeah, let's start cleaning this up a little bit. Yeah, screw what I was doing here. I don't know what I was thinking. It did not work. Thanks for leaving oxalate on the ground. That's very cool. Yeah, I've still got plenty of hydrogen in this line. I'm not liking that something broke here. That's surprising. The damn fire pole. I knew I should have just taken that out. Oh yeah, these reset the meteor shower. Okay. Good reminder that I need to close this. At least once the fuel's in there, you don't have to worry about it anymore. So how could I have done this better? So insulated ceramic. I guess I could have pathed the pipes better to where they're not touching anything. That would have been the main thing to do. Aside from that, I'm not too sure. Oh, wow. So, Kalpana? Is that the name of this rocket? Kalpana? Can already go 100 kilometers. No, why is there heat damage? It doesn't make any sense. There's no gas in there. There's no liquid in there. Maybe there was. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at those green auto sweepers and miners. That's so good. I'm so glad I decided to put a conduction panel on this. Use this chill to actually cool things down around here. I should be cooling down these gantries. And chilling down hydrogen is a very stubborn process. I think what's not helping is that some of this is not insulated and it's sharing temp with this, I think. Well, is it? Yeah, it does look like the bunker tile is sharing temp. So that was another mistake I made. I did place this against this hot wall here. And I didn't make these pipes insulated. If I was going to put it next to the bunker tile, I should have had these pipes insulated as well. I guess I can insulate some of them. we get like maybe 10-20% of the hydrogen that comes up here before it off gases. It's such a tragedy. Alright. Alright. I'll lower this by 1. I think those gantries are killing me over here. Not really too worried about the O2. Larger units in the pipe. Yeah, true. I didn't set up a hydro sensor in here, which I should have done. It was a failure to plan, man. It's my downfall. Looping back to the inlets. Yeah, should have also done that. Considered an overflow. Just brought the pipe back with a vent. And then have a hydro sensor. Insulate all the pipe. Don't have this next to the bunker tile. Don't have the pipes run through the gantries. Things I'll definitely be prepared to tackle next time I get to this point. I could tackle it now. I guess I could. Really don't want to. I just want to see these rockets go really far. If we're gonna get in, we have to go in through here. Setting an overflow pipe, it's gonna be pretty complicated here. Actually, it's not too bad. Let's send it through here. While we're in there, we can throw in the hydro sensor. I guess I'll go ahead and rip the band-aid off and do it. I hate it. I hate it, but I need to do it. Hydrogen line, O2 line, both go up. Mind wrecking when he went through it? Yeah. Reminds me of the first time I ever set up an aqua tuner. Okay, then a hydro. Then what else? Insulate the pipes while we're here. Yeah, like even here is a problem. Because it's going through the steam bath. Damn it. Damn it. So we might want to break into here too. And if we're going to break into there, we might as well do this one. Okay, am I forgetting anything? Alright, something's looking wrong here. There's overflow. But the main line is being connected to this, which is wrong. Bridge is not supposed to be here. I'm gonna lose it. Alright, can't cancel the bridge. Cancel the bridge. I need the bridge here. This little jank, but sure. And then we'll cancel. I need this other bridge to go. Oh, no. I didn't catch it in time. It's petroleum where there shouldn't be petroleum, dude. Okay. Hydrogen line. And the overflow. You guys can't reach that. Stop. That's not my cooling line, man. Oh my god. Ah. I was like, it's gonna make it. That hydrogen's gonna make it. Gone. Okay. Then we'll take out these bunker tiles just to get to those pipes. Okay, have an overflow line. Now we get these insulated tiles in. Alright. Now we do the part that makes me sad. And we break into here. Oh, it hurts. I guess I could cut these vents off. Probably be a good idea. Well, no, those two could stay on. We're not in that one. Alright, I gotta go take a leak. I'll be right back. Interesting. Okay. This room is done. And we'll use ceramic. This room is done too. Probably need more water in here. Don't know how much. And we'll set this to like... I'll set it to 400. Well, these hold 900, right? Eh, 400's fine. I mean, how much can one tile hold of water? 1,000. But the higher you go up, the less. Alright, so... I think it's only because of the pressure that it gets to 1,000 here. But it gets to 700 pretty comfortably here. I guess I'll do 700. And then for steam, I'll just go find another aqua tuner. It's like 200 to 300 kilograms of steam. And in here, I don't even have 1 kilogram yet, or like just over 1 kilogram. I mean, to be fair, it'd be better if these tiles weren't even here, but I'm just going to leave them there because it looks nice. Okay, all insulated with ceramic, right? Insulated tiles with ceramic. The bunker tiles, we have the automation, we have the overflow. Oh, let's start sticking the hydrogen back in now. Maybe now will be okay. Hey, why do you have stress? No reason. guess I could have done the same thing for the O2. Not so worried about the O2. Oh wow. Freezing hydrogen. Crazy. Okay, maybe this is set too high. Oh my god. There's still heat damage though, but hey, it's better than it was. And because it has to move through here, and he's already full. I'm trying to save that blob right there. Come on. No, go. What are you doing? Alright, whatever. As soon as I try to save that blob, it's like, nah, I'm out. Peace. Alright, this is annoying because it's not prioritizing going into the engine first. Oh, it set to above. Man, that was a mistake. I had that set to below. While we were in here, I could have just gone ahead and, like, taken this wall out and slid this over by one. I would have had to move the aqua tuner, though. This blob of hydrogen does not want to move. In fact, it's not even off-gassing. I don't know why. Oh, wow. Let's get some more hydrogen in here. This is really slow. Alright, cool. Now that I'm done messing with all that, let's see how it's gonna look if I put some glass in here. Actually, you guys don't need that there. I think I just saved a second time. Got that goldfish brain. I think I prefer the look of the plastic tiles more than the glass, but I don't know if you can see through plastic tiles. I'll test it. Oh, never mind. You guys did not need those. You cannot see through the plastic tiles. It's too bad, because I kind of prefer those. I do like being able to see the pipe run through it. You know what? I like the glass. You can't see it here because of the mesh. But you can all still see it. Here because of the mesh again. There is a pipe that runs here, but the rail blocks it. Maybe I can move the rail. This rail is for lettuce. Oh yeah, that's an easy move. That's neat. I like that. In fact, I'm gonna take these doors out too. Yeah, I mean, it's not like they can even pass through here anyway, so. It doesn't do anything for them to have access to this room. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this with their monument. It looks great. I still want the access underneath. Maybe I am going to take those tiles out, but there's a wire. Which can easily be moved. We might be able to see that wire in front of that pipe. If that's the case, then I'll move it again. I hate that. Alright. We're not going to put the wire there. I guess it's just going to have to take a longer trip. There is a gap of polluted O2, or sorry, polluted water missing. I wonder if there's anything more I can do to make this stand out. I guess I could take this out. What is this rail for? Oh, debris chiller. Yeah, that can go underneath. Guess I'll take the suit. I think it would look better if I closed it. Like, locked it in. I really do like having this walkway. Too bad the hair clips to the glass. Do the Rowan head. Isn't that Rowan? I can't find Rowan. Yeah, that's Rowan. Hey, good stuff. Only negative? This exposed wall right here. With this pipe running down. Especially right here, this pipe. That water is a little toasty, like 50 C. I kind of don't have anywhere to hide it, though. That's the thing. What's this water meant for? Is this going into our system? It is. That makes it even more complicated. I don't really have a way around not being able to see this pipe. And then if I extend this room out one tile, which I used to have it that way, then these rooms will no longer be, like, it'll be 3 tile on this side, 2 tile on this side of the printing pod. It'd bother me. But it would be lined up with the other rooms again. I could stick glass there for aesthetics, but you still need gaps here for the doors to have access. Also, I'm noticing these are not set to open. That's a mistake. And I do feel like there needs to be doors here. Because it looks precarious just having rooms hanging off with, like, nothing to brace them underneath. And I guess you could do like a back wall design. I'm not really too sure what I want to do for that. I feel like green goes pretty well with this whole like food statue. And I haven't used green anywhere. I don't have access to green, so I gotta go buy it. Is there anything I want to recycle while I'm here? I don't like these digital prints, but they don't give me that much anyway. I do like those. I'll keep those. I don't get much for those. I get a lot for this, but I do have one of those in my recreation room. I don't like that, actually. So I'll recycle that. I've never used it. I give 1600. You could barely notice a difference. This is a copy. Helmets are a pretty big standout item for me, so I'll keep that. I can get 800 for that one, but it's a very unique pair of gloves I want to keep. I have these jeans I get 1600 for, but it's like the only pair of jeans. They're very nice ones too. And maybe I'll customize the dupes at some point. The Lucky Jammies are great. I got those yesterday. I think that's it. I don't really like the green balloons. I don't think I'd use those. I definitely use these orange ones. I don't know, green is just not a color I'd like to see in my balloons, like a mushy green like that. Alright, good. Got some filament for future things. This is gonna be a pain in the ass, I'm just realizing. Well, here's the thing. We don't need to be able to see the drywall that's behind the statue, so we'll just leave those spaces empty. We're not going to be able to reach those spaces anyway unless we take the statue out, and I do not want to do that. So how do I want to do the wedge design? Straight across would be kind of boring. So would vertical. Diagonal's kind of boring too. I like the more chaotic look of these, like, especially these rooms right here. But he's giving off like a peaceful vibe, so I want it to stand out but not be too chaotic. What if I just do white and green? Just don't use the black in there. I do something like that's like the Thunderbolt pattern I use for these. I could have one half of the room go one direction, the other half go the other. I like that, actually. So once you get here, you're not going to be able to reach any further out. Wow, what's the halfway point? 32. Right there. I'm gonna be very upset if I don't like this. This took a while. Eh, I don't hate it. Somebody please get that tile. I'm almost thinking I could have done like a more like hypnotic design, considering this statue looks like it's in a trance. That could have also worked. This is okay. All right, you know what? I like it more that the ladders are taken out. It's like this man's exploding with green energy right now. I like that. It is a little mesmerizing. Although this room is not like even to where like this V is coming down the middle. But that's good enough. Pretty happy with that. Hey, how's this coming along? I ain't looked at this in a minute. If I'm not saying solid hydrogen, maybe I can... Maybe I can go down a little colder. I think once I see solid hydrogen, I should turn the temperature up a little bit. Yeah, like right there. Turn that back up. We'll do 2 at a time. Alright, another 2 degrees. It's flashing from solid to glass. It's not even like doing a liquid state. I increase another 2. I'm going to turn this on. No. Yes, you're getting some. We have to lose so much in the process. That's too bad. Yeah, it sucks. At least we're getting a little bit in there. Still, I think there's still too much temperature exchange with the bunker tiles, so we're gonna take those out. Because this set of tiles is considerably warmer than the rest. So is this one. I don't know why this part is. I assume the mesh tile, I just don't want that to be exposed. I assume the mesh tile will be okay. I think already I'm kind of seeing results. All right, we'll set that at 10. Every bit of hydrogen is being converted. This isn't getting stopped up at all. So, I mean, we're getting it cold enough. And I just have to keep waiting. It's the name of the game. I have somehow ended up with more hydrogen in here. This area is actually starting to chill. It's good, because I didn't want to expand my cooling loop to this area. It would have been a little complicated. I guess that would have been too bad. How cold is this room here? 23, 24. What is this? Oh, that's where I was doing a blueprint. Now, if only I get the cooling loop to actually go all the way around. That'd be even better. I think that's good enough. Pretty minor. We'll take this hydrogen out. That's why I left this gap here on purpose, because I always seem to manage getting the spawn blocked and getting hydrogen in the base. This way, if I ever need to eject hydrogen out, I'll just take those tiles out. Just so it doesn't hit them in the eyes. That's the main thing. Alright, good enough. Oh yeah, and someone mentioned about the farming too. Neglected to mention I also have automation for the fish. Just for whenever they die. Sweepers will take the pagu fillets, send it to the kitchen. And then the shovels, we're not doing anything with these guys. They're just a nuisance, so I just locked them in that room. Never to ranch them. I mean, we don't need to. We don't. We're not short on food. This is more hydrogen gas hungry than I thought it would be. I mean, it makes sense if you're condensing a gas to a liquid. I guess you need a lot of gas for that. I wish I could produce more, but I don't want to set up another electrolyzer. I never wanted to make more than one spawn. But that does mean this process is a little slow. If you had like more than 30 duplicates, you might build a second spawn. And you could have like twice as much hydrogen coming in. I should have maybe just had one rocket connected to this so it goes by a little faster. I think I'm gonna do that. Just to get one rocket out. I never turned this off. I think there's enough liquid in there. It's like 300 to 400 kilograms in some spots. Hopefully I didn't put too much water in there that the steam actually starts doing pressure damage. This rocket can already go 14. Oh, hell yeah, we're making it. We're making it to the temporal tear today, boys. I mean, it's going to cost us some pipe breakage in the meantime, but I want to see that happen today. And then I can officially call this colony complete, despite its many inefficiencies. Wonder if I'll ever do a challenge run. Because I've seen people do like 1 dupe runs, and I've seen people do max dupe runs. And it sort of has me interested in doing that myself. But I don't know which one I would do first. I don't know if I'd do like a minimum dupe first or like max. What do you guys think? What would be more interesting, a max dupe or a minimum dupe run? I think a max would be more interesting. Because a 1 dupe run would actually be pretty slow. I mean, it would have stakes, right? Because once that 1 dupe dies, that's it. It's over. But a max dupe would have stakes too. Because like all your resources are going to be consumed. All your O2 and food's going to be consumed so fast. I think the main thing is with the max dupe run, there'd be a lot more things happening. With 1 dupe, there wouldn't be that much happening. It'd be kind of slow. Because I can imagine like getting the 50 dupes, especially like points in the colony like right now where I'm able to just like watch things work and not have to worry about anything. I wouldn't be able to do that with a max dupe run. I'd have to constantly be adding more things. More ways to get food, more mess tables, more beds, more spawns. Open up more space on the map. Just so there's more room for people, more bathrooms. I have to just keep adding and adding. And then I think if I were to do that, I wouldn't allow myself to consider the challenge complete until I reach the tear. Or maybe just complete every achievement in the game. I don't know. I don't know how much more difficult that would make it. There are a few rough achievements in this game. Like only eating meat for a set amount of time without planting any farms would be a pretty hard one to do. Dupe only power for a certain amount of time. I don't think that one would be hard to do. Because we'd have a lot of dupes on it. This tank's almost done. Another 112 kilograms in that one, and then we'll cut the pipe. I think having the automation makes a lot of sense too, not just for the efficiency of the pump, but because there's going to be more liquid in the pipe, it's going to be harder for it to heat up and then off gas. That makes a lot of sense throwing that in there. Oh, you know what? We made the Rowan statue. I think Rowan has to be the one to go to the tear. And then we're already like we're already like pre-honoring him before we even send him out. He doesn't know it yet. He's like, "Oh yeah, you guys made a statue of me. That's so nice." And then you're like, "All right, you're on a one-way trip to the end of the world or end of the universe." Consider it his final meal. Or my final act of kindness for Rowan. But yeah, this is how it's pretty much gone for me the last 4 or 5 days. Just watching systems, making sure they're working, and then watching them get done so I can click the launch rocket button. That's why I decided not to stream it like the last week. I didn't think there was too much going on to really warrant streaming it. Plus, I was able to just watch YouTube in the background while I get things done. So it makes a lot of this frustration a lot more bearable. Just need 4 more blobs in this one. We can cut it. Actually, why don't I just cut it now and take all this? Maybe that's enough. It was. It's still missing a little bit. What? This one's not full, though. I'm confused. This particular tank says it's missing 4.8 kilograms and it's not taking it. Alright. $17? Almost. That's 18. All right. We'll just cut the power to it. Rowan, it's been a pleasure. So it says there's research to be done here too. But as far as I was concerned, if you send someone here, you lose that colonist or you lose that dupe. But you can still research here and bring back research. So I'm not really sure how this works. Nice. Oh, we get a cutscene for this too. Awesome. That's not Rowan. There's Rowan. Nice. All right, Rowan. Oh, is it gone? Brother. I lost my rocket? Oh. Well, I guess that makes sense. I didn't think I'd lose the rocket, though. Down to 26. Rowan's gone. It does feel a little bad to lose a dupe for that, but at least we got it done. And that's everything checked off here. So is there any other... Like, there's no other major achievements, right? That's pretty much it. What rocket was that? That's prototype. Yeah, so I can't even detect that rocket anymore. That rocket no longer exists. Well, that sucks. I didn't expect... I mean, it doesn't really matter. I pretty much consider that the conclusion of this colony anyway. It's been good. It's been a great colony. I'm actually a big fan of how it all turned out. And as much as I would have, like... was sort of interested in digging out the rest of the map, I didn't really see a reason to. I mean, I see a lot of people do it, right? So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should do it too and take advantage of all the space here and add more systems, but it really didn't feel necessary. Just like a petroleum boiler didn't, even though I wanted to make one, it didn't feel necessary because there was no issue getting petroleum at all. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know when I'll come back to it. That's going to be it for this one. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow, probably. I think it's time to return to XCOM. But for what, I don't know. But probably be back tomorrow with XCOM. I will catch you guys then. So long.